before I let you go, Albert, I know we've been talking quite some time, but I do want to hit the number one overall draft choice here.
Yep.
And the two questions I have are this. One was kind of touched upon by Ryan Poles, the general manager of the Bears today. But the first things first, did Lovey know he was going to get fired, and he just goes out there and he's like, we're going to play to win this game, even though I'm serious. Like, and did he, kind of like the Wrath of Khan, spit in the eye of Captain Kirk before he blows up his ship? Did he do that? Did he basically say we're going to play to win this game? And even though the Texans I'm sure would have preferred him to lose one more. Did that happen?
Power struggle might be a strong term for it, but I had heard over the last couple of weeks that there was some push and pull on who was going to come out of this with a job, and I had heard that Lovey went to ownership to make his case. The team was still playing hard for him and all the rest of that. And so I think Lovey knew, his job was on the line the last few weeks. On the flip side, I think there were people in that front office who felt like that Lovey maybe didn't have a command over the game the way that he needed to in 2023. Or he would need to in 2023, and that the schemes on both sides of the ball were lacking. They weren't adjusting the way they needed to. It's just, I think all this stuff was sort of in play over the last couple of weeks inside that organization. And, so I think Lovey had an idea that at the end of all this, he might be the one left without a job, which obviously is the way it ended up playing out. But I don't think it was a secret to Lovey or anybody else in that organization that somebody was going to pay the price for the way this year played out.
Well, I mean, talk about an O. Henry-like twist. Now that the Bears have the first overall pick, and Justin Fields balling out the way that he did this year in a year that we thought he was just going to be fodder behind that line of scrimmage, and he did in fact get hurt. And I know they started 2-1 and then finished 3-14. But still, what do the Bears do with that first pick?
Yeah, I had a long conversation with Matt Eberflus on Saturday about Justin, and they love him as a leader. They love him as a person. I mean, the thing about it too, you think about this, Justin didn't bitch about anything. You look back at it, and we've heard quarterbacks complain in these situations before. We saw, Zach Wilson in New York, and we saw Mac Jones with some of the sideline antics in New England. And this is a guy who got the crap knocked out of him and didn't complain once, right? So, I think they think they've got the right person, the right leader, all of that. The question is he the right quarterback? And so, I'd expect over the next, couple months, it's going to be we have to look, we don't know when we're going to have the first pick again. So we have to very seriously look at all of the quarterbacks and compare them to Justin Fields. Remember, those guys didn't draft Justin Fields, Eberflus and Ryan Poles. And so I think that's something they're going to look at, but I do think that they feel strongly about Fields. And so, I think over the next couple of months, that'll sort of play out. And, I think that the great thing about the position that they're in right now is they probably get something significant for the first pick and use whatever they get to put something great around, something better around Fields. And, if they do that, they could say, okay, we'll do this, right? If we don't think any of these quarterbacks in the draft this year, and they all have flaws, is the next Trevor Lawrence, we'll do this. We'll trade the number one overall pick. We'll get a bunch of picks. We'll give Justin a better situation. We'll get a cleaner evaluation of Justin in 2023. And then in 2024, we'll either have our quarterback of the future in Justin Fields, or we'll have a high pick in a draft where Caleb Williams and Drake May are going to be coming out. To me, doing that makes more sense, where you're not 100% Justin's going to be the quarterback for the next 2 years, but you're giving him a really fair shot, a better shot than he had this year. And then having the backstop of, you could have an even better quarterback class next year. And, oh, by the way, if you trade that first overall pick, you could put yourself in a position where you have multiple first-round picks to play with in 2024.
Damn straight, Albert. You do that. Damn straight. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.